Viewers, good evening. Today, 9 of India's most senior judges, led by the Chief Justice Suryakant, began hearing one of the most, consequential cases in our constitutional history. They have 8 days, 7 fundamental questions, and as many as 67 petitions that touch the very soul of how India balances faith and fundamental rights. Or to be more precise, how India will balance faith and fundamental rights. Viewers, the court has also clubbed petitions that relate to the Khatna ritual of the Dawoodi Bohras, on women being barred from certain mosques, on Parsi women losing their right to enter fire temples after marrying outside their faith. But viewers, at the heart of it is Sabarimala, a temple, a tradition, and a question that could redefine religion in India forever. Can women of a certain age enter? Should they enter? Who decides who enters? The court or the deity? The core fight is between faith and equality, between Article 25 and Article 26. The right to pray versus right of a religion to define its own practices. And viewers, here is one question nobody is asking loudly enough. Does the deity get a say? Does God have a say in this? And I am of the firm belief, viewers, that sanctity is not same as patriarchy. This 9-judge bench will not give the final answer, but their framework, whatever they decide, that will eventually decide everything that follows. We have all stakeholders on the panel tonight, and without any delay, let's open this up in what promises to be a fascinating conversation. Rahul Easwar, Ratan Sharda ji, Bindu Ammini, Abha Singh, Trupti Desai, Karan Verma, Sunju Verma, the national spokesperson of the BJP, will be with us shortly. But let's start with Trupti Desai. Trupti ji, आपको जाना जाता है कि आपने एक कैंपेन को लीड किया, आप उसकी फेस बन गई, राइट टू प्रे. बट सबरीमला का जो केस है तृप्ति जी, वो थोड़ा डिफरेंट है. और आप जानते हैं उसके बारे में कि जो डेटी का कैरेक्टर है वो ऐसा है कि जो एक महिलाओं का एक सर्टेन एज ग्रुप है, उन पे थोड़ा रेगुलेशन है कि वो एंटर नहीं कर सकती. वो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं है.
नहीं, ये देखिए कि राइट टू प्रे का अधिकार जो है, इसके लिए हमने जो है वो आंदोलन किया. सबरीमाला का मुद्दा अलग कैसे हो सकता है? यहाँ पे तो 10 to 50 इयर्स की जो महिलाएं जिनको मेंस्ट्रुएशन पीरियड आता है, उनको तो, उनके साथ तो भेदभाव किया जाता है, उनको तो छोड़ा ही नहीं जाता है. कोई कहता है कि ये परंपरा है. ये परंपरा कैसे होगी? फिर परंपरा जो है वो पुरुषों को कैसे लागू नहीं होती है? जो 2018 का जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का वर्डिक्ट आया है, इस परंपरा को अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑलरेडी जो है वो उस वर्डिक्ट में कहा गया है. आर्टिकल 14 और आर्टिकल 25 का जो ये उल्लंघन है. अभी जो रिव्यू पिटिशंस यहाँ पे आई है, जो उनका कहना है कि ये परंपरा है, ये महिलाओं के साथ भेदभाव नहीं है, तो कहीं ना कहीं महिलाओं के साथ भेदभाव तो है, लेकिन हमारी परंपरा जो है ये ऐसी ही होनी चाहिए. इसलिए जो है वो इनका जो है वो कोर्ट में इनको कहना है. लेकिन ऐसे नहीं होता है. मतलब हमने शनि शिंगणापुर का आंदोलन किया, या वहां पे महिलाओं को जो है वो जाने के लिए परंपरा 400 साल की थी, तो वो सरकार को जो है वो वहां पे एफिडेविट देना पड़ा. कोर्ट का निर्णय आया कि ये भेदभाव है और वहां पे महिलाएं जानी चाहिए. और 2016 से जब हमारा आंदोलन हुआ, उसके बाद से वहां पे महिलाएं जा रही है. अभी यहाँ पे कहा जाता है कि अय्यप्पा स्वामी जी जो है ब्रह्मचारी है. तो अय्यप्पा स्वामी जी ब्रह्मचारी है, लेकिन अय्यप्पा स्वामी जी के भक्त महिलाएं भी है. अगर महिलाओं को लगता है कि हमें वहां पे जाना चाहिए, उनके दर्शन लेना चाहिए, तो उस भगवान के दर्शन के लिए रोकने वाले आप कौन हैं?
तृप्ति जी, देखिए, आप जो कह रही हैं उसमें कुछ बातों से मैं सहमत हूं, लेकिन आप जब कह रही हैं कि महिला, पूरे हर महिला पे कोई आपत्ति नहीं है, रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है, महिला जा सकती है, महिलाओं को वहां पे अधिकार है जाने का. लेकिन जैसे मैंने शुरू में कहा, एक एज रिस्ट्रिक्शन है जिसको आप और people who are of the opinion that this is discrimination, you've gone to court. Bindu Ammini, what do you make of what we've seen so far in the case? By that I mean what the Supreme Court said in 2017.
In 2018, the Supreme Court decided to enter women in Sabarimala in Young Lawyers Association versus State of Kerala. And before that, there is also another judgment in favor of women's entry in Shani Temple that was led by Ms. Trupti Desai, and that was successfully executed by the state. And both these temples were practiced, these women's entry and prohibited by some, that is in Shani Temple, that was a custom time immemorial, but in case of Sabarimala, it was not time immemorial. That custom was practiced very recently. In Vishu, in the period of Vishu and Mandala Kalam, and some exceptional festival season, this was practiced. That was in the judgment of S. Mahadevan by the order of the Supreme Court. In
Ms.
that
Ammini,
case,
I get that. My question is specific to the character of the deity in Sabarimala.
Yes, in Deity in Sabarimala, that custom was also, my point is that was no time immemorial. After S. Mahadevan's case, High Court of Kerala stated that the prohibition of the women in the age group of 10 to 50. Before that judgment itself shows that there is a practice of women entry except some special festival season. The women were allowed to enter Sabarimala, and that petition is also based on some women, especially some wives or family members of the VIPs entered to Sabarimala. That was there were
in this faith versus equality debate, the center is backed. Faith, Sunju Verma, what do you make of the debate?
Pranesh, I'm appalled that each time it comes to Hindu astha, Hindu tradition, Hindu practice, we are reminded of Article 14 and 15, which talk about equality. We are reminded about Article 25, which says that, any citizen has the right to profess, practice and propagate religion of his or her choice. But I'm very happy that the uncomfortable truth is finally coming to the fore. Don't forget that Solicitor General Tushar Mehta in 2018, and this is the center's stand even now, that there are certain things which are not about gender parity or gender equality. The center is clearly saying that the restriction in Sabarimala is not based on menstruation per se, but on the celibate nature of the deity Lord Ayyappa, who's considered a Nashtika Brahmachari. Religious faith and essential practices should generally be viewed beyond judicial jurisprudence and rewriting, but since the case has landed in the Supreme Court and will be coming to fruition in the next couple of days, I want to simply say this, that Ms. Trupti Desai, who's sitting here, आपसे एक सवाल करना चाहती हूं through Pranesh Roy's show. आप gender equality, gender parity की बातें करती हैं. Are men and women allowed to offer namaz simultaneously? Are women allowed to enter mosques? कितनी बार अपने मुस्लिम बहनों को आपने जामा मस्जिद दिल्ली में या हाजी अली मुंबई में नमाज अर्पण करते हुए देखा है? Do you have the guts to condemn or even question regressive practices within Islam? No. But once it comes to Hindu dharma, Hindu आस्था, आप झंडे लेकर खड़ी हो जाती हैं, all in the name of gender equality. Lord Ayyappa, by his very nature, is a celibate.
Okay.
And hence, there is a restriction that women or girls within the age of 10 to 50
cannot be entering Sabarimala. It is not about menstruation alone. That's
Okay.
my limited point.
I'll get Trupti ji to answer that question. Trupti ji, आप उसके बारे में सोच लीजिए. मैं आ रहा हूं. Abha Singh has also joined the panel. But before I bring in Abha Singh, Karan Verma and Ratan Sharda, Rahul Easwar, has been the face of the Sabarimala campaign, so to say, for a long time. Rahul Easwar, what do you make of where we are? Because, in 2018, the Supreme Court ruled that patriarchy can't be allowed to trump faith.
Pranesh ji, first of all, a humble submission and thank you to you. There has been only very few voices that has stood with the faithful and believers, and you are one. Your channel has been, airing our views so that we make people understand regarding our position. We are happy and thankful that the Supreme Court 2019 was magnanimous enough to send it to a 7-member bench. I was the first person to be arrested and jailed in Sabarimala protest. Right now, we feel vindicated because our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji stands with us. All the major political party stands with us, and we are fighting to protect Article 25 and 26, which is the fundamental right to faith and run our affairs of the temple, church or mosque. So Sabarimala verdict is going to be a landmark verdict like Keshavananda Bharati, which will provide template for the next 50 years in dealing with faith issues. All we are submitting to court are two things. One, we are not requesting them not to question our belief. Please question our beliefs. But we are only requesting them, please listen to our perspective too. Please listen to our view too. And our view is, lakhs of women come to Sabarimala every year. There is only an age regulation. There is no gender discrimination, but only an age regulation because of the character of the deity. We Hindus have deity in the temple. We call it Devata in our language. It is different from what our Muslim and Christian brothers believe as Allah and Yahweh. We have Devatas, and similar to Allah and Yahweh is our Parabrahma concept. But in temples, we have gods or deity or Devata. And Ayyappa in Sabarimala is a Naishtiga Brahmachari. So such kind of nuanced, deep points need to be considered. I hope Honorable Supreme Court, just like 2019, will be magnanimous and kind to our tears and pleas and imploring, and they will listen to the voice of devotees, because last time nearly 12 states witnessed protests.
So let's see
6
how this
nations
unfolds.
witnessed protests for Sabarimala. Sabarimala has crores and crores of people coming every year. So we humbly implore and plead to honorable judges to listen to our sensitivities.
Right, I get that point. Ms. Abha Singh, what is your view, ma'am? This is about age regulation, but some people are of the opinion that, this is patriarchy. I've said it, on many occasions, that sanctity, and here the sanctity of the deity of the temple, of the practice itself, can't be called patriarchy.
I would start with what Justice Nagarathna said today. That you cannot have a woman that you treat her impure for 3 days of a month and the remaining days she becomes pure. So this is the concept of purity and impurity. You are trying to say, why is this age limit done there? Because you say that 3 days a woman menstruates and she is not pure to enter a temple. Who decided this, that this is something which is pure or impure, when it is a biological process, and through that only humanity moves on. It's a childbearing process, which is fundamental. So that is what she has raised the crux, that the fight is between purity and impurity, a standard which has been set by the patriarchal mind. That is what it is, and that is what it has to be decided. Second issue which may come up is which my learned friend was talking of denomination, that these are the practices and Ayyappa is a brahmachari. So what does it mean that if a brahmachari, then an impure woman cannot come, or a pure woman,
No, it's not about that,
man.
It's just that the deity also has rights. It's also about the rights of the deity.
True, you are talking of rights of the deity, but what about the discriminatory practices? On one hand, your constitution says you should not discriminate, and the government is trying to put up a very valiant defense by saying that this is not patriarchy, these are denominations, these are deity, and the religious practices. What is an ESP, essential religious practice, ERP? That is what they are trying to show. And I think for the judges, it's not going to be easy, because I think under public pressure, Rahul Easwar proudly said that he went behind bars. So it was people like him who gathered outside the temple, and because of law and order issues, I think the Supreme Court sent it to a larger issue. But again, the question comes of constitutional morality. You can have restrictions for public order, morality,
purity versus impurity. Karan, I'm coming to you. Ratan Sharda ji, wants to take this first. Sir.
First of all, Trupti Desai talked about devotees' right. No woman devotee who is actually devotee of Ayyappa insists on going to Ayyappa temple during the age restriction. You have seen millions of women hitting the road saying, we are not in a hurry, we can wait. That was the name of the entire movement. Campaign, yes. Then Abhaji talks about impurity. I'm sorry, menstruation is not considered a taboo in Hindu religion. You can check any book. If you read Hindu scriptures, you'll understand. You must be aware that Kamakhya Devi temple is closed for 3 days, and after 4 days it opens, which is supposed to be menstruation period of Kamakhya Devi, the most powerful deity in the 51 Shakti Pithas. So nobody has any problem, nobody goes inside. You may not be aware, but Kumari Amman temple in Kanyakumari, no men are allowed in the temple because Parvati is supposed to have done pinas there, and Brahmachari cannot enter the precinct itself. Married men cannot go inside the temple. Then you have Chakkulu Tharakavu temple, where Nari Puja is done on particular day, and male priests are washing the feet of the women. There is a temple, Attakul Bhagavati temple in Kerala, where on Pongal only women are allowed. There is Mata Kali temple, Muzaffarpur, where men are not allowed at all. So we have all kind of varieties of devotion in Hindu Dharma. We are not run by one book, one particular curriculum telling us what to do, what not to do. If the temple of Ayyappa doesn't agree with, there are 32 other temples you can go. There are hundreds of temples in Kerala itself where you can go inside the Ayyappa temple. It's only Ayyappa means Sabarimala where the particular restriction is there. So trying to compare this, I would ask these rational people whether they ever raised the issue of gender discrimination, where in Islam, in Sharia, a woman's fitness is supposed to be half of that of the man. Have you ever questioned church why a woman cannot become bishop or cannot take any higher position? You will not. Have you ever questioned the discriminatory role that women cannot go to mosque? You will not. So the arc of the huge upheaval in your mind only happens. There is something which is typically Hindu, where we are Ardhanarishwar concept. We have women gods. Tell me one Abrahamic religion where there are women are God. Saraswati, Lakshmi, Kali, all the Swarup, the most powerful ministries are with the Devis, and we worship them. We consider them mother. Any other religion, have you questioned why there is no woman God in Islam or in Christian? No, I am not going to question. But so you should not question me also. I got
we've had opening remarks from everyone but Karan Verma. Karan?
So, Pranesh, at the outset, this is what happens when you do not understand the diversity of our Sanatan Dharma. I think they are so much into Abrahamization. I just heard Trupti ji talk about discrimination. Did she ever question the fact that even probably by her logic, men are discriminated, as Ratan Sharda ji rightly pointed out, in so many temples where they are not allowed to enter? The Pushkar temple, the Brahma temple in Pushkar, or for that matter, even the Kamakhya temple during the Ambubachi period. During the Ambubachi period, when the deity is considered to be menstruating, men are not allowed to enter. Do men start crying that, oh, this is discrimination? No, we understand that there are different spaces, different vibrations, different energies. We cannot be, painted with the same brush where one book, one diktat, one messenger runs the entire life of ours. And the hypocrisy is unbelievable. There are Ayyappa temples where everyone is allowed. But this one specific temple, where you've had Lord Ayyappa take the vow of Naistik Brahmacharya, people are saying that the women from 10 to 50 are obsessed with going there and worshipping. Can you imagine? This is nothing but woke gone crazy. This is conjuring an issue out of thin air because they cannot appreciate and understand the diversity of spaces. Pranesh, we cannot apply secular logic to religious places. Religious places, by their very definition, are religious. I mean, by that logic, if we start questioning, as Sanju ji rightly pointed out and Ratan Sharda ji rightly pointed out, why are women not allowed to pray and offer namaz in a mosque side by side with men? Why have segregation of spaces there? And for the Supreme Court to actually say this is patriarchy, I wonder where the Supreme Court had gone for a stroll when it sees what all is written about the women in a particular faith, where even women beating, that too lightly, big favor, lightly, is allowed by a religious diktat. It is also allowed that two women witnesses are equal to one man's witness. The All India Muslim Personal Law Board is on record, written affidavit saying that, where women get half the rights of men as far as inheritance is concerned. There you have brazen, blatant discrimination, but none of them are able to raise a voice. Neither Trupti ji nor Abha ji. Okay. None of them have the guts to raise a voice. And here, where there is equal, taboo or entry for men and women, they have a problem.
Okay, let's hear from Abha Singh first, and then Trupti ji, मैं आ रहा हूँ आपके पास.
Understanding our great Sanatan Dharma is concerned.
As the father, no, you tell me, do women in Hindu religion get equal access to the property, to inheritance? How many women get it? So let us not talk of that equality is in the true sense.
Ma'am, there is nothing preventing women from getting it. And that's a false equivalence. This is about regulation in one temple, ma'am, for one deity. And that is because of the character of the deity. It just, starts and ends there.
No, it's very easy to say that it's the character of a deity. Let the Supreme Court 9 bench say and prove it, that what is the character of every god, what is the, that means every temple now we will need to have a separate thing for that this temple you are not allowed, like Ratan Sharda was saying, this is this, this is that. What is this? Then respect diversity, don't get uniform civil code.
Okay,
Let it be like this.
Sunju Verma.
With no offense to Abha Singh, I find that there is so much outrage about women being allowed into Sabarimala temple, whereas we have clearly established through the Solicitor General, and Ratan Sharda has clearly made a point that this is not about gender parity, this is not about puberty, this is not about menstruation, this is not about misogyny, this is not about patriarchy. What is this about? This is about appreciating and paying obeisance to the celibate nature of Lord Ayyappa. Point number 1. Point number 2. Abha Singh will not question nikah halala. Abha Singh is the same person who said, why is the government removing instant triple talaq when we did that in 2019? I remember being on debates with her where she said, ye to Musalmanon ki personal. This is their personal practice. There is nothing personal about a regressive law where a woman is given talaq bolkar usko abandon kiya jata hai. You are the same person who will not raise your voice against the Shahbano verdict which was overturned by Rajiv Gandhi to deny a poor Muslim woman a monthly alimony of just 179 rupees. But jab Sabarimala ki baat aati hai, you remember Article 14? You remember Article 15? So let me remind you, Article 26 clearly protects the unique nature of Lord Ayyappa, and the Sabarimala verdict, when it comes, also upholds Article 17, which says there is no room for untouchability, but every law has to be seen within the broader context.
You're right. I said that in the beginning, that this is about Article 25 versus Article 26. Karan, I know, you have your hand up, but Ratan Sharda ji was showing something on his mobile phone.
Showing something very amusing. Trupti Desai did try to raid Haji Ali. She was beaten back. So all बहादुरी जो होती है ना, बहादुरी केवल हिंदू मंदिरों पर, हिंदू स्थानों पर चलती है, बाकी इनकी कहीं चलती नहीं है. ये आपको न्यूज मिल जाएगा, मैं मन से नहीं बना रहा हूँ. दूसरे, आभा सिंह जी, if you are believing so much in right, why everybody is fighting for women's menstruation period free in the offices? You want holidays because women are weak at that time. Women need rest. That is why 5 days menstruation. The same rule applies to Hindu household in the old time, because women were working so much that they had to need rest, and that was given during the menstruation period. You convert that into sin and whatnot. We are told that we are sons of some sin and we need some God to save us from the sin. You are not surprised?
Okay, let's get a quick response. Trupti ji, मैं आ रहा हूँ आपके पास. एक आभा सिंह जी से जवाब ले लेते हैं.
I like to tell you, in fact, Pranesh, I need to say one thing here. When we are talking of leave for women during menstrual cycle, we are the ones who are saying that this will go against women. Men will not employ women. Companies will not employ women because that will be an additional leave. So please go back and read my interviews or what I have said. I have clearly said that even if you give them leave, then they will be losing out jobs. And as it is, women don't get jobs.
Okay.
So
Trupti
please
ji,
don't
on
try
the larger question that, is this an attempt to target just one faith? You've heard, Sunju Verma, Ratan Sharda ji, Karan make that point.
प्रणेश जी, इनका एजेंडा सिर्फ हिंदू है. हम सोशल एक्टिविस्ट हैं, हम महिलाओं के लिए काम करते हैं और हम कोई हिंदू महिला कौन है, मुस्लिम महिला कौन है, ऐसा काम नहीं करते हैं. हम सभी जाति धर्मों की महिलाओं को न्याय मिलना चाहिए, इसलिए हमने आंदोलन खड़ा किया है. शायद संजू जी ने बोला कि ट्रिपल तलाक पे आप कहां थे? ट्रिपल तलाक पे आवाज उठाने वाले हम ही थे. उसके बाद मोदी जी ने जो है वो आपने देखा है कि वो निर्णय लिया है. उन्होंने कहा कि मस्जिद में महिलाएं नहीं जाती है, मस्जिद में महिलाओं को प्रवेश मिलना चाहिए. इसके लिए हमने आवाज उठाया और अभी सुप्रीम कोर्ट में याचिका दर्ज है. हाजी अली दरगाह में जो आंदोलन किया, इन्होंने कहा कि वहां पे जो है वो हमें मारपीट हुई या विरोध हुआ. जब अंबाबाई मंदिर जो कोल्हापुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में है, वहां पे भी जब हम प्रवेश के लिए गए,
नहीं वो मैं जानता हूं तृप्ति देसाई, ये तो हम सब जानते हैं आपने क्या क्या किया है. आप कह रहे हैं आवाज उठाया, लेकिन रतन शारदा जी कह रहे थे कि अगर आप दूसरे फेथ में आवाज उठाते हैं तो फिर वो हाथ उठाते हैं. यहां पे आप एक फेथ के लिए आप ये जो कैंपेन चला रहे हैं और उसमें भी एग्जांपल्स दिए उन्होंने दैट देयर आर टेंपल्स वेयर मेन आर नॉट अलाउड. तो क्या वो भी डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है यहां पे? क्योंकि जैसे राहुल ईश्वर को तो आप जानते हैं, आपके फ्रेंड भी हैं वो. लेट मी टेक इट टू हिम. राहुल ईश्वर, you are saying that this is age regulation, not discrimination. What would you tell Trupti Desai, Bindu Ammini, who are your friends on the panel now, and Abha Singh ji?
Yeah, I know. I would humbly request Trupti Desai ji and Srimati Bindu Ammini. I have talked to them once when Sri Bindu Ammini, some of our devotees had a very bad altercation with her. I personally called her and even openly apologized in media to Srimati Bindu Ammini. No, we don't believe in any kind of violence. We are Gandhians. We believe in Mahatma to Manikantha or Ayyappa. So Trupti Desai ji and Bindu Ammini ji, my humble request is our system, our parampara, our tradition and legacy has been waiting till the age of 50. I would humbly request them to be ready to wait until the age of 50. The age regulation is from 10 to 50. And I would humbly request them, please respect our sentiments. There is no need of confrontation. When Bindu Ammini ji or Trupti Desai ji after 50, when they come, we will be more than happy to respect them, give a Purna Kumbham and welcome them to the temple. But before that, let us respect Ayyappa's position, because Ayyappa is the presiding deity here and temple is not a public place. Temple is a private place of the deity and devotee for public worship. So there is a nuanced point in this. And similarly, every religion, may it be Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Parsi, Jain, Jew or any religion, their individuality should be respected. And if there is any controversy, the community and the believers should decide.
Yes, Rahul Easwar, you made your point. Trupti ji, वो कह रहे हैं कि ये टेम्पल, ये जो डेटी का टेम्पल है, सबरीमला के बारे में बोल रहे हैं, वो कोई पब्लिक प्लेस नहीं है. और जैसे मैंने कहा कि वो डेटी के भी राइट्स हैं.
नहीं राहुल जी, ये तो पब्लिक प्लेस ही है. यहाँ पे तो सभी जगह से भक्त आते हैं. यहाँ पे महाराष्ट्र से भी बहुत सारे भक्त आते हैं. और आप जो कह रहे हैं कि परंपरा का हमने पालन करना चाहिए, बिल्कुल हम परंपरा का पालन करेंगे. लेकिन जो गलत परंपरा है, जो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन कहलाता है, जो महिलाओं के साथ भेदभाव करता है, आप अगर 10 to 50 इयर्स के पुरुषों को भी वहां पे अगर नहीं छोड़ते तो हमारा कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता. लेकिन सिर्फ 10 to 50 इयर्स की महिलाओं को मेंस्ट्रुएशन पीरियड आता है, इसलिए आप वहां पे भेदभाव करते. ये परंपरा बिल्कुल नहीं है, ये भेदभाव ही है. और ये भेदभाव बिल्कुल हम अभी 21st सेंचुरी में सहन नहीं करेंगे. और इसीलिए 2018 में जो वर्डिक्ट आया था सुप्रीम कोर्ट का, वो किस लिए आया था? वो महिलाओं को बाजू से आया था, संविधान के बाजू से आया था और भेदभाव के जो है वो खिलाफ आया था. क्योंकि ये परंपरा नहीं, ये अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशन जो है वो नियम था.
अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है, भेदभाव है. संजू वर्मा, करण, आफ्टर दिस कमिंग टू यू.
Pranesh, I want to just tell people who are doubting the unique nature of Sabarimala, which is the largest mosque/masjid in India. I just found out it is Tajul Masjid in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, where within the precinct of the mosque, 1.75 lakh people can offer namaz simultaneously. And within the main hall, more than 38,000 people can offer namaz simultaneously. But what I found appalling was that out of these 1.75 lakh people who can offer namaz in the precinct, not one woman is allowed. Out of these 38,000 people who can offer namaz within the main hall of the Tajul Masjid in Bhopal, not one woman is allowed. And और तो और मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ, जामा मस्जिद दिल्ली, जामा मस्जिद श्रीनगर, अजमेर दरगाह, tell me if there is one woman Maulvi. But I will tell you, Shani Shingnapur created history. Two women, Anita Shetty and Shalini Lande. Remember the names. Shalini Lande and Anita Shetty became part of the 11-member trust. So Hindus have shown the way in terms of marrying faith with modernity.
I'll get Abha Singh to answer that question about, women Maulvis. But Karan, Trupti Desai, Abha Singh ji, they are of the firm belief that, what happened in 2018 should be the norm. Right to pray hamara hak hai, and this is, this is unconstitutional essentially.
No. I think to begin with, Pranesh, both Trupti ji and Abha ji are themselves very discriminatory. Why are they discriminating against men? Why are they selectively picking up issues for women? They should pick up the cause for men who are not allowed to enter those temples, bhai. I have been saying this, Ratan Sharda ji just said, they've not answered. The temple in Pushkar, men should be allowed. When is Abha Singh or Trupti Desai taking to the streets for men's causes? When you don't understand diverse spaces, this is what happens. And she continues saying this, that this is discriminatory. This is what happens when you don't understand a word of diversity. And Abha Singh ji just had a meltdown on live television. She said, what is this? This space is for this one. This space is for this one. This temple is for this one. She almost had a meltdown on that. Because she doesn't understand. She believes there should be one standardization, one faith, one prophet, one message. That's it. That is the problem. And these people have the guts then to preach about pluralism, to preach about diversity, and take the refuge of secularism when they feel that, oh, triple talaq is being violated. This is their personal right. Oh, women should be allowed to. Burqa is their right. They should be allowed to wear a burqa. So what? We should celebrate diversity. Now here, when someone is actually celebrating diversity, this faith, the Sanatan Dharma, at its core is diverse, they have a problem. So they stand exposed today, Pranesh. If anyone is discriminatory, they are the ones who are selective and discriminatory to the core. They must answer today. When will they take up the causes for Muslim women? When will they take up causes for the men who are not allowed to enter these temples?
Abha Singh ji, I'll tell you, Abha Singh ji, before you begin to answer that question, just hear me out, ma'am. Just hear me out. The arguments that we've heard so far from, with due regards to, you, Trupti ji and Bindu ji, it's pretty much like this, that, you want to now enter a courtroom and tell the judge, कि ये ठीक नहीं है, वो ठीक नहीं है, हम तो यही पहन के आएंगे, ऐसे करेंगे. It's like, going to the hospital, telling the doctor that, I have a right to surgery. Even if, there is no cause. Diagnosed, operate. ऐसे तो नहीं हो सकता ना मैम.
No cause. Sorry to say, if there was no cause, you wouldn't have had a 9-member bench sitting. The 7-member bench could not have the courage to do anything, and they sent it to the 9-member bench because they realized that you require a larger panel. If there was nothing, then why is Supreme Court wasting its time? It could have finished it off.
No, I didn't say no cause on this case. I said no cause, when you are forcing someone to do a surgery. But I get the point. Trupti ji, आपसे करण वर्मा ने और संजू वर्मा ने एक सवाल पूछा, आप उसका जवाब देना चाहेंगी?
नहीं, करण वर्मा से मैं कहूंगी, उन्होंने कहा कि जहां पे पुरुष नहीं जाते तो वो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं है. बिल्कुल डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है, लेकिन मुझे लगा कि पुरुष यहाँ पे आगे आएंगे और आंदोलन करेंगे. अगर आपको नहीं आना है तो वहां पे भी हम आंदोलन करेंगे और आवाज उठाएंगे. ये डिस्क्रिमिनेशन जहां जहां पे है, मैं बोल रही हूं कि वो हिंदू मंदिर में हो, मुस्लिम हो, सिख, ईसाई हो, हम सब एक है, हम भारत में रहते हैं. अभी जो सरकार ने भी स्टैंड लिया है, क्योंकि अभी इलेक्शंस आ रहे हैं केरला में, वहां पे बीजेपी को कोई पूछता नहीं है। मैं वहां पे आंदोलन के लिए गई थी और इसीलिए उनकी सरकार आनी चाहिए, इसलिए वहां के जो डिवोटीज है उनके बाजू से कैसे खड़ा रहना चाहिए, इसलिए वो कह रहे हैं कि अभी ये परंपरा है, ये डिस्क्रिमिनेशन
तो
नहीं
मैं
है।
आपसे नहीं तृप्ति जी, मैं आपसे, आप कह रही हैं सरकार की बात की आपने, देखिए वहां इलेक्शंस है, वहां पे जो लेफ्ट सरकार थी उन्होंने भी यू टर्न ले लिया है। आपको बीजेपी के व्यूज पता है, कांग्रेस केरला में कह रही है कि नहीं फेथ जरूरी है, क्योंकि मे बी दे अंडरस्टैंड द नेचर ऑफ द डेटी देयर।
जी प्रणीत जी, अभी इलेक्शंस है, सबको वहां पे सत्ता में आना है, इसलिए अभी जो सरकार है, जिन्होंने हमें सपोर्ट किया था, जिन्होंने हमारे लिए आगे जो है वो आए थे, अभी उनको भी पता है कि अगर ये डिवोटीज और सब जो अगर अगेंस्ट गए तो शायद उनकी सरकार नहीं आएगी और इनका फायदा जो है वो बीजेपी को होगा, इसलिए जो है वो कुछ लोग जो है वो यूटर्न ले रहे हैं, लेकिन हम बिल्कुल यूटर्न नहीं लेंगे। हम जो है काम करते हैं वो संविधान ने दिए हुए अधिकार।
It's not so much about the U-turn. Let's stay on the substantive question. Ratan Sharda ji.
First of all, does she mean that Supreme Court is started the hearing now because there is election? Why does she have to look everything in the election mirror? Does she believe that Supreme Court is playing politics? Secondly, if she believes that because of this, BJP wants to gain votes and left wants to gain votes, that means majority of women are in favor or not going to Ayyappa temple before the time is due. Thirdly, she may not be aware, but at one time when she was a child or maybe not even born, Hanumanji and Shivji Murti was not supposed to be touched by women. Are you aware of this? She is not. And don't know when during the time, without any agitation by Trupti Desai, unfortunately, women started touching Hanumanji's idol, women started touching Shivaji's idol, because Hindu Samaj just changes on its own. It doesn't require Trupti Desai to become revolutionary. And as far as women are concerned, I said, as I pointed earlier, all the logic I gave about men, women, see, Hindu Dharma is much layered, multi-layered, complex philosophy. It is not black and white, like one book, one interpretation, नहीं किया तो सर तन से जुदा, ऐसा नहीं है हमारे यहाँ, कोई मारता नहीं है, नया गुरु आता है, नई थियरी निकालता है, नए पंथ चलाता है, उसकी भी लोग पूजा करते हैं. This is Hindu Dharma. If you don't understand, please read first of all. झंडा लेके सब जगह आंदोलन करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है. हम अपने वस्त्र में खुश हैं, हम जहां हमें प्रवेश नहीं हम खुश हैं. मैं अब भगवान को अपनी मर्जी से मानता हूं, जो भगवान मेरी नहीं सुनता वहां नहीं जाता हूं, बात खत्म.
Sunju Verma, the charge on the center is that your government is backing discrimination.
Pranesh, I want to say that the BJP government is the most progressive and modern government ever. And I'll tell you why. I was just going through some data that actually in Andhra Pradesh, where our alliance partner is in power, 50% of the temple trustees, they have to be women. I found out in Madhya Pradesh and in Gujarat, at least 37% of the temple trustees, they have to be women. तो बीजेपी को यहाँ पर नैतिकता पर और प्रोग्रेसिव होने पर भाषण मत दीजिए. But I want to take up from where Karan Verma left. He made a very important point about men not being allowed in the Brahma temple at Pushkar. But do you know something? और तृप्ति जी आपके लिए है ये. There are close to 6 lakh Hindu temples and there are 64 temples called the Yogini temples. यहाँ पर तांत्रिक एनर्जी, शक्ति की पूजा होती है, देवी शक्ति की. And in these 64 Yogini temples, men are not allowed. If you really believe in gender parity, कल से झंडा उठाइए और ये 64 Yogini temples में कहिए पुरुषों को भी एंट्री अलाउड होनी चाहिए. बाद में यहाँ बैठकर सबरीमाला
वो झंडा उठाने के लिए तैयार है संजू वर्मा, आपको उनके पीछे चलना पड़ेगा. वो झंडा उठा लेंगी, आपको पीछे चलना पड़ेगा. वो करण वर्मा से भी कह चुकी है कि मैं झंडा उठाऊंगी. करण, आर यू रेडी टू फॉलो?
एक छोटी नहीं, आई एम एब्सोल्युटली रेडी टू फॉलो प्रणेश, बट आई वांट टू आस्क तृप्ति जी अ क्वेश्चन जाते जाते. किस जगह पे, किस पंथ में सबसे ज्यादा डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है अगेंस्ट वुमेन? ये आई मीन इट्स अ नो ब्रेनर. वी नो अबाउट इस्लाम, वी नो अबाउट द अब्राहमिक फेथ. व्हाई डिड तृप्ति जी इन हर ऑर्डर ऑफ प्रेफरेंस स्टार्ट विद द सनातन धर्म ओनली? बाकियों में क्यों नहीं करा जहां ज्यादा डिस्क्रिमिनेशन रैंपेंट है? ये इन्होंने भेदभाव क्यों किया? पहले इन्होंने यहां पर क्यों झंडा उठाया?
यू हैव द लास्ट वर्ड. तृप्ति जी बताइए.
ये देखिए कि मैं खुद हिंदू हूं. यत्र नार्यस्तु पूज्यन्ते तत्र रमन्ते देवता, ऐसे बोला जाता है. बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट का नारा है बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, लेकिन अभी हम देख रहे हैं कि महाराष्ट्र में जो है वो परंपरा नहीं है, वो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं गलत है, इसलिए शनि शिंगणापुर का जो है वो निर्णय उन्होंने दिया। लेकिन अभी केरला में उनको वोट्स चाहिए, इसलिए उनका जो है वो मुद्दा यहाँ पे बदल गया है। और अभी करण जी कह रहे हैं या संजू जी जो बोल रहे हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि डिस्क्रिमिनेशन बहुत सारी जगह है। यहाँ पे मैं मस्जिद का मुद्दा उठाऊंगी, मस्जिद में महिलाओं को नहीं छोड़ा जाता है और वहां पे महिलाओं को छोड़ना ही चाहिए, इसलिए हमने आवाज उठाई है, बहुत सारे डिबेट्स किए हैं। और पूना से ही हमारे एक जो लोग हैं उन्होंने जो है वो याचिका सुप्रीम कोर्ट में की है।
ठीक है, ये देखते हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट में क्या होगा। इसीलिए मैंने बोला कि वील हैव ऑल स्टेक होल्डर्स, क्योंकि देखिए कोई इंटॉलरेंस नहीं है। आप यू आर राइट इन व्हाट यू फील, सो आर दी अदर्स, लेट द कोर्ट डिसाइड। जैसे रतन शारदा ने जी भी कहा कि आप कोई भी कैंपेन लॉन्च कर सकती हैं, लेकिन कोई ये नहीं कहेगा कि इनको टारगेट करो, ये बातचीत करके जैसे कोर्ट्स में होता है। आभा सिंह जानती है। पर तृप्ति जी जाते जाते ये बता दीजिए दर्शकों को, आपने अभी जो एक श्लोक बोला वो कौन से टेक्स्ट का है, वो पता है आपको?
नहीं, ये जो मंत्र है ये देखिए, मैं हिंदू धर्म की हूँ, मुझे इतना पता है कि महिलाओं को सम्मान देना चाहिए।
आपको नहीं, वो तो ठीक है, अगर आपको पता है तो बता दीजिए। आई डोंट मीन टू पुट यू इन अ स्पॉट। ये जो आपने श्लोक बोला वो कौन से किताब का है या टेक्स्ट का है?
नहीं, ये तो
करण आंसर द क्वेश्चन एंड वी मूव ऑन।
मुझे अभी याद नहीं है,
वो बता देंगे, करण वर्मा बता देंगे। आई डोंट वांट टू से इट। करण,
मनुस्मृति।
ओके,
जी जी।
Let's move on, viewers. I thank all of you for joining us on this. Let's see, as the court hears this, this 7 fundamental questions. Viewers, let's talk about Donald